All right, here we go. Working on these C10 doors, putting new skins on them. As you can see in this picture back here, we got holes in those existing doors for a mirror. Went ahead and marked those holes out on this one. Drilled the holes out. I have some backing plates I'm going to tack into place. This is the right-hand passenger door. Up in the front of the shop here, we got the left-hand skin. Again, already marked it out. Ready to weld those pieces in. Here's the other door. Just match the markings on those existing, I assume they're factory or whatever, so they should line up good. With the backing plates, they do, the holes line up. So mark these out, we'll get them tacked into place and then we'll change the skins. I'm not sure these brackets were made to be tacked in, but that's just gonna save us some trouble down the road. We won't have to fight with holding them in place or any of that. Even though it is just a tack, a couple of tacks to hold them in place, I am gonna go ahead and use some weld through primer. Make sure everything's secure, won't rust out later. Give us some good solid contact. Should be good to go. All right, we've got the Polymix gun and the Polymix panel bond with 1 hour working time. I believe they have a 20-minute working time panel bond as well. This one should work good, giving us the time to hammer all the edges around. We'll give this stuff a try. Like I said, it's supposed to be as good as the big name products and a little bit more affordable. All right, I got the mirror bracket tacked in, so it'll be solid and held in place. We won't have to fight with it later. We can just tap it and throw the screws in. I'm gonna prepare the edges now with some 36 grit, give it some bite all around the edges where the panel bonding adhesive is gonna go, right here. And then we can push it to the side and remove the door skin off the old frame. Now we gotta take the old skin off of this frame. Gonna throw some sparks and do some work. But we're gonna grind the edge off all the way around and that'll free it up. And then we'll be able to peel everything away fairly easy. Little loud, a little crazy, but let's take a look here. As you can see, it starts to separate as soon as you grind that edge, the bend off, separates out and that skin pulls right away. There was a tab in here, had to bust a couple of spot welds in. Now it's all free all the way around. Still have to clean up the back piece that wraps around there on all of it, and then clean up the panel itself, the frame, if you will. But it is all totally free. All right, we got this skin off. And I thought maybe we should talk about why do we want to take a skin off? Why would we take a skin off rather than fixing the door? But you can see this one had those big mirrors on it, caused these huge dents. This is hours and hours of body work it would take to fix that. And such a big panel like that, there's a good chance of it oil canning and ruining our day and just taking hours and hours more to fix. So a few hours of changing out a skin, you get a good clean product. Like this one, smooth, ready to go. A lot less body work. You're just spending your time on cutting it out and putting a new one in. Not having to weld up all these holes from this old mirror. Just cutting it off, putting a new one on. But then you look in here, this gives us a chance to come in here and look at how this surface rust is so thick. We can treat that surface rust and prevent it from totally rusting out. Although we are in New Mexico, this would probably last forever just like that. We'll go ahead and put a little treatment on it though, some rust stop to keep it from getting any worse, and this should last a lifetime or more if you rebuild it and take care of it now. We're getting rid of this rough old skin, some rust in here too. Treating the rust in here, it's still a good solid frame, brand new skin on it, we'll be good to go. All right, the rust inhibitor's all dried up enough to put the skin on. We have to make sure we clean all these edges where the door skin sits, so that panel bonding adhesive can bite into both sides. This side was cleaned off yesterday. I started prepping all the spot welds, punching holes. I did save one of the holes to punch to show you guys how to use this hole punch. It's real easy. You just go through, kind of pre-spaces it for you, the distance from the sides. Punches a hole right in it. Piece of cake. You want to hit, go ahead and knock holes everywhere where there were spot welds previously so that you're tacking it in good. The panel bonding adhesive would probably be enough, but these spot welds just secure everything in after that and make sure nothing moves. Make sure all of this is cleaned off on these edges so there's no rust inhibitor preventing the panel bonding adhesive from bonding properly. I'm going to clean it off real quick with a grinder. As I mentioned, we're trying out Polymix. Metal panel bond, 60-minute. So we'll have a 1 hour working time. You need a gun for it. It's a 2-part epoxy. Holds stuff together like magic. It's as good as welding, they say. This new panel bonding stuff. It's got these tips that mix everything all the way through each part of the epoxy. So it comes out as a pre-mix ready to go set up. It does set up in these nozzles, so you have to leave pressure on it whenever you're done with it. But with a 1 hour working time, I'm gonna have to keep moving to do both doors. I have the other door prepped over there. I'm gonna record applying this on this door, setting the panel on and getting it into place, clamping it down, and then I'm gonna have to come back through and hammer everything. So there are tools that make that quicker, but I've always just hammered them on, so I'm gonna keep doing that. You'll need an acid brush, just a cheap throwaway brush. Help smooth all this stuff out and get it ready once it's going. I do like the cap setup on this better than the major name brand one. So the top does rip off of this one, Polymix. It doesn't pull out like the other brands might. Something to have you ready for. And then these mixing tips screw on rather than having a separate nut to hold them in place. I've had several of the other brand not come out of the tip because of the way you pull them out. So maybe this is a good thing, I don't know. Seems to be coming out pretty good. Get us a trash rag to get some of it out of it. Make sure we're not putting unmixed product down. There it is. Mixed and ready. All right, we got it all clamped in place. Everything's in the same place it was before with the old original skin. Sitting on that glue. I forgot to record, so I'll go ahead and record throwing this skin on and getting it in place. All right, ready to start hammering. I'm gonna go back over to that door and hammer away. So the thing about this is, once you start hammering, you're right here on the curves, all the body lines. As you wrap it around, it's gonna hold everything in place. That glue is gonna be allowed to set up. It's not really going anywhere. Make sure you have a good dolly, flat, a good hammer, especially the curved ones to get you in those corners, or the specialty tools that are made for this. But really, it's just a lot of hammering and wrapping this edge. I got them all roughed in. All the edges are kind of tightened up, but I need to flip it over now that they're all solid and not moving. I'll flip it over, finish hammering out all the edges. You just got to get the right angle, so flipping it over helps out a lot. You just got to get started somewhere with that glue setting up. So we'll hammer this out nice now. All right, you can see that edge wrapped around pretty nice. Still some little waves in it, but we'll hammer that out smooth. It's all straight. Bonding adhesive will hold it in there along with that pinch. Turned out pretty good. Just got to finish hammering and clean it up nice. All right, here's our C10 GMC 1500 door skins, mostly completed. I still have to go through and fit them. Still have to make sure the seams get sealed. And then edge everything so that the colors match. But as you can see, it's like a brand new door with a good solid frame and a new skin on it. Everything straight in place. Kind of hard to beat. Welded up a little crack near the hinge there. Everything's back solid. Same thing on this door. Really clean, straight. Way better than what we started working with. All right, that's all I had on the door skins for a C10 Chevy truck or GMC 1500, same thing. Quick, easy, saves you a lot of work. End product is like a new door, as long as you got a solid frame to start with. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow, all the good stuff, All Sick Customs.